Think about your vision, think about your mission, start from where you are, keep on moving and never give up. My name is Kevin, a poultry farming expert under the management of AIM Agriculture, and today we're going to talk about poultry housing. When I talk about poultry housing, I don't know what rings in your mind, but here we go. Any farmer who thinks about investing in poultry business should also think on how to construct a well-designed poultry house. There are 4 types of poultry housing. Number 1 is what we call free range or extensive poultry structure. This is whereby you release your chicken early in the morning to feed for themselves from the farm, then they will come back during evening time. Number 2 is what we call semi-intensive. This is a combination of extensive or free range and intensive. This is whereby you feed your bird partly and the partly they will feed for themselves from the scratch. Number 3 is what we call fold unit structure. This is a small or medium portable poultry house that contains some runs. So your chicken stays on the runs during the day and it goes to the house at night. That's the meaning of fold unit structure. Then the 4th is what we call intensive. Intensive, this is now the best. Is the best compared to the other one that I've mentioned before, because it's very reliable, consistent, and also economical compared to others, because you just construct your house, you put inside your chicken, then you give them everything, including feeds, water, you give them light, so you'll not allow your chicken to get out. That is intensive. Many farmers are practicing intensive because it's quite cheap and it's also very flexible compared to others. Alright, after this break, I'm going to describe for you about poultry housing staging, dimension, size, location, and so on. So welcome, please don't get out, subscribe to my YouTube channel as we continue.
Blessings and honor are all in his name and I honor una yopitia wewe akuona simene kudusa alinawe
Thank you for being patient, my viewers. I'm now back to share with you the ideal information that you may need when you are thinking about constructing a commercial poultry house. It is most suitable for those who may wish to practice intensive system. Have drawn this sketch to explain for you step by step the procedures you may need when you are thinking about facilitating the process of poultry house construction. I'm assuming you have already a piece of land and you have bought construction materials like iron sheet, blocks, sand, cement, etc. And now here we go. It's all about brainstorming, and the first thing you need to consider is the location. check out my sketch the way I've done it. The location from the road to your chicken house should be quite away to avoid the interference of noise from passerby and vehicles. Then outside the chicken house, you should take some meters and construct this fence. This is our fence. Yeah, make sure your poultry house have that fence to avoid the entry of visitors and animals without authority. Next is the size of your house. Scientifically, 1 meter square usually accommodate 6 to 8 mature laying chicken. Same 1 meter square should accommodate around 11 to 14 mature broilers chicken. So you'll calculate and know the number of chicken you want to keep. The other thing is the direction or orientation. As you can see, my poultry house is facing this side. Yeah, look at it. So the orientation, we usually consider the following. The longer axis should be faced east-west direction to avoid direct sunlight inside your poultry house. It's not good to allow direct sunlight to enter into your poultry house. And therefore, the sun should either rise from this side or this side, not direct this side. Yeah, that's what I mean. Your foundation should be made up of concrete and hardcore, and it must be straight. It should be firm and strong because it will hold the whole of this house. So it's good to maintain that. Your foundation should be at least 1.5 to 2 feet from the surface. Don't construct a very deep trench. It must be shallow at least to save the cost. And finally, about the foundation, it must be at least 90 degrees. Yeah, it must be 90 straight and 90 degrees. After you've done with the foundation, what next is our floor now. Our floor should also made up of concrete, and you should top up at least 2 inches from our foundation. On top of that floor, don't use the nail, just leave it rough the way it is, but make sure it is flat and well levelized. After you've done with the floor, now what next is to raise our house now. This side or height from the ground to top here, it should be at least 7 to 8 feet. Don't make a very tall house or short, because when you make a tall house, it will interfere with you because it might be blown away by wind. And when you construct a very short house, still your chicken will suffer from heat stress. So it's good to make sure it's around 7 to 8 feet, this side and the other side. And therefore, you have to divide into 2. We have this cut from here to here. It's around 2 feet. You may use block the way I've done it, or iron sheet, or you can even use the hood. These two courses. Then the remaining part, just put the wire mesh. This is the wire mesh, and this side and the other side, it's equal. It should be open for ventilation purpose. Though sometimes when it's rain, there is some curtain, we usually close this side and you close the other side too. Then at the center, from the ground to the top here, the pin here, it should be around 10 to 12 feet. And as I told you, this side should be also equal to the other side. This side and the other side are equal. So it should be at least 10 to 12 feet from the ground to facilitate the well flow of rainwater while raining. Okay, when you have finished with the side, what next is now our roof. So this type of roofing is called gable roofing, gable type of roofing. Middle scale farmers and large scale farmers, they can use this type of roofing. This is what is recommended. But those who are practicing small scale farming, they can use shade type of roofing. It's not a must to construct this type of roofing. Maybe you want to construct, you want to keep 500 1,000 chicken. There's no need for constructing this big house. You can use shade type of roofing. Under roofing, this overlap run all over this side. It should be at least 3.5 to 4 feet from the wall. From the wall, it should be 3.5 to 4 feet to avoid the entry or access of rainwater while raining. After you have done with roofing, what next is our door. Now the door, it's recommended to construct at least 6 by 3 feet to facilitate the exit and entry of workers. It's not a must to construct a very big door, but it depends with your house. If you have a very big house or you're practicing a large-scale farming process, you can make your door doubled. You open from outside. Chicken house door usually open from outside, because when you open from inside, you will injure some chicken since they usually gather closer to the door. After you've done with the door, now what next? Last but not least is to construct now the footbath. The function of this footbath is to you just pour water in it, mixed with disinfectant for biosecurity purpose, so that you step in it before you enter inside the chicken house. So the footbath should cover the size of the door. Don't construct a very small footbath. Make sure it accommodates, or you can even pour 20 liters of water. At least 20 liters of water is enough, and make it at least 1 feet from the ground, so that when you step in it by using your gumboots, it can cover a half of your gumboots. A poultry farm should have water tank, and if your place is too hot, you can put a shade above it. And then this side is equivalent to the other side, so you can put iron sheet, or you can use block the way I've done it. And if your place is too hot, you can use iron. You can put wire mesh here, and above here wire mesh. What next is the light. Your poultry house should have light to scare away predators and rodents that may want to access inside the poultry house at night. That is all about poultry house. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers, enjoy, and subscribe for more coming videos.